What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I want to welcome you back for another album review. We've been putting out album reviews what is this? Probably the third day in a row I've had an album review, I think. Of course, the first two that I made were kind of make up for what I intended to do a little bit last week, but this one is like the one that is actually on time, I guess you can say. So, of course, it has got to be to Monsta X and their brand new album, the Clan Pt.2, Guilty. Of course, as part of the series that they started earlier in the year with their first with the first album with the Clan Part 1, of course, duh. And it's a awesome. I guess let's start that again in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I want to welcome you back for another one of my album reviews. I am here to talk about the newest album from Monsta X, titled The Clan Part 2, Guilty. It's, of course, the continuation of the series that the album series, I guess, that they started at the beginning of the year. The promotion song for this, of course, as you know, is Fighter. I've already reviewed that and talked about it. And I mean, the main point that to talk about with that song that does apply to the album is that this song is a pretty different sound for the group. It's not similar, it's not particularly familiar with what the group has released in the past, which is cool. I think it's really, really awesome that, one, it's different, and two, they've actually done a really, really good job with it as well. It's a fantastic song, and that does transition to the entire album, right? So that's kind of like the question, right? So whenever you listen to a promotion song and then go into the album, right, is the album actually going to fit with the theme and the feel of the song? And in this case, it does to a certain extent. And of course, it's a pretty badass album. As usual with Monsta X, every single song on this album is really, really great. I don't think I have never listened to a song from Monsta X that I haven't really liked. I haven't listened to an album that they've released, whether it's full length mini album, whatever length it is. I've never listened to a single release that I thought was bad in any way, or even that I wasn't like, wow, this is really good, right? They do a really, really good job. Every single release has been top notch, fantastic. And, again, as usual with what Monsta X does, it covers a pretty wide range, well, decently wide range. It's not really, there's not like a super long kind of album, but it covers a pretty decent range of, sounds and feelings, and emotions and stuff, so that's definitely really, really good, really, really good. And that right there, just the fact that they do a bunch of different things in their albums is one of the things that I really, really like about this group. They're a pretty versatile group. They can do a bunch of different things, or bring a bunch of different feelings and ideas to a single sort of genre. In this album, right, just like Fighter, and the reason why this album is kind of different yet at the same time it's not, right, it's got some EDM influences in it, especially in the first couple of songs. I've been noticing that this genre of music has been kind of creeping its way, or making its way into the K-pop music, more and more over the last year. And I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be the next genre of music that takes over as the popular sound in K-pop, which is definitely super cool. Of course, Fighter is pretty EDM styled. Be Quiet, the song number 2 after Fighter, is a ridiculous song. And because I'm not really familiar with the EDM, the different EDM genres, I'm just gonna lazily say that Be Quiet has a bit of dubstep influence to it. It definitely goes hard though. So if you're looking for something like that, I definitely will recommend, as far as I think songs from 2016 that just go hard and hit like that. This song is the one. I don't think there is any other song that comes close to hitting as hard as this one does. It's pretty awesome. Of course, people who are more knowledgeable with not dubstep, but with the EDM genres and stuff can let me know, or just know what the genres are in general. So I mean, like, if you got the names for that, then drop them down in the comments below. Because Be Quiet is one. I can't remember what the name of the third song after Be Quiet is, but that one is also one as well. It's just really awesome. So the first three songs are, more of a different kind of changed up sound to them. The final three songs, two songs, however many, are more familiar for the group, right? More familiar, more like hip hop and kind of stuff like that, like they've done before, right? Which is cool. It's nice. It's a bit of interesting, I guess, album right there. It's like the first half is new in a way, and then the second half is more familiar. And I think that's interesting because, of course, I mean, I do think that as far as like trying to sell and appeal to people, that's a pretty decent way of going about something. So you try a couple of songs that your loyal fans might not be the biggest fan of, right? But you lead with it just to see, like, to get people into it, and to also to get potentially new people or people who are here because they listen to Fighter on board, and then you give them the stuff that they normally do, and just seal the deal with the final music, because the final music is also really, really good. And if you're there because you listen to Fighter and you'll like that over any of the other music, then you'll like, it's just kind of a thing where, like, if you like the first couple of songs, you're probably gonna enjoy the last couple of songs. And so, if you needed any more convincing, then those are there to just like finish it off. So it's cool. But just because I think that just because those are specifically more familiar Monsta X kind of like sounding songs, there's not really anything particularly noteworthy, in my opinion, to discuss regarding those. Although I do have to say that the final song on this album, called Roller Coaster, is my favorite song on the album. Surprisingly, like, I would think, or I'm sure that many of you would think too, if you're familiar with when I do these reviews and when I just talk about music in general, that like Be Quiet or Fighter or one of those more up-tempo, aggressive sounding songs would have been my favorite, but Roller Coaster is where it's at for this album. So my review, what is my rating? Of course, as you know, I do not rate albums based on a scale. It's really, my rating is whether or not I would spend my money on it. So would I spend my money? Of course I would spend my money on this album. Like, without a doubt, I wouldn't even think about it. Well, the only reason why I would think about it is because I looked at my bank account and I saw that there wasn't enough money in there to pay bills and pay living expenses, because I have an adult, and I have things that I need, bills that need to be paid, so that's that. I'm like, heck yes, I would pay for it. And it's kind of like, I still need to catch up on their other releases, and every single album that they've released has been something that I've like said, like, I need to buy this, and of course I haven't had the money. So maybe in the next few months or so, maybe I'll get it. Maybe I'll get them all for Christmas. I will buy myself a Christmas gift, and they will all be Monsta X albums, all of the ones that I will complete the collection. So that's what I got. We'll get this one, the previous one, Rush. I think that's it. I think that's all that I'm missing. I'm not entirely sure, but that's it. That's my album review. That's all I gotta say. I want to know what you thought about this album, what your favorite song is, what you like, what you hate about it, whatever. Give me all your thoughts down in the comments below, or on social media through Twitter and Facebook. And when you're finished with that, don't forget, leave a rating on the video and share it too. I would really appreciate both of those. It helps the video just exist, I guess. I don't know how to make, I don't know. But that's going to be it for this video, like I said. So, as always, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.